with head coach Shane Deeds boasting how hard the girls were training at Coolidge for the past 12 weeks. With Chinelle Henry exploit at the WPL and the return of veteran Hayley Matthews, Deandra Dottin, and Stefani Taylor, along with the fact that Shemaine Campbelle average have been steadily improving, and it has now moved beyond the 20s. A lot was expected of this West Indies cricket team when Sri Lanka women came calling. We are now in the third one-day international. West Indies chasing 218 to win the match. It will be their highest total of the series should they get there. But winning this match would only prevent the embarrassment of a whitewash, as they already lost the series 2-0. They are already trailing in the series 2-0. Hello everyone, and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your company. And this being a woman match, the live chat is now open to everyone. I look forward to your interaction. Remember that this is a women game, so we keep it to the women. I will not be entertaining any reaction to the men's World Cups thus far. It will strictly be about the women. West Indies have lost 2 wickets thus far in their chase, and our two best batswomen are at the crease, Stefani Taylor and Hayley Matthews. Matthews is on 20, her highest score of the series thus far, and Taylor is on 8. West Indies 34 for 2, chasing 218 to win. Vianga is the left-arm orthodox spinner to bowl to Matthews with a backward pointer cover, extra cover on the mid-off on the onside. The West Indies captain came forward and blocked it to extra cover, and there is no run. Just a simple comes forward, leading with the head, and the ball blocks it, and it goes out into the offside. There is no run. So Vianga bowls to Matthews, who's off the back foot, and she steered it away through the gap in the offside, down to the boundary for 4. So Vianga there just a bit short, giving Matthews the room to free her arm, and she cuts it away down backward of point for 4. 7 runs out of this over thus far, although her first over just went for a run, but 7 runs out of this one thus far. So it's a good, productive over for the West Indies as the score goes up now to 38 for 2 in over number 9. Matthews, she's on 24. Taylor is on 8. And Vianga comes in, bowls to Matthews, who goes deep in the crease and played it to the fielder at extra cover, and there is no run. So the 4 fielder that I am seeing, I will tell you the rest as time goes by, is a short third man, the backward point, the extra cover, and the mid-off. There's now a slip in place as Vianga comes into the captain Matthews. She cannot beat cover, and there is no run. 8 runs, 1.8 over, 1.5 overs, none for 8. So there's a slipper backward point, cover, extra cover, and a mid-off. Vianga, the right arm off spinner, comes in, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews drive magnificently through the offside down to the boundary for 4. Big over this by the West Indies. 42 for 2 at the end of over number 9. 42 for 2 at the end of over number 9. Big over by the West Indies. So I appreciate everyone that is here today as we go through this match, West Indies against Sri Lanka. And hopefully West Indies can win and stem the flow and prevent the series whitewash. I welcome your comments, and I look forward to hearing from you during this live watch along. Thank everyone for being on the stream. Big up our friend Banana Brooks, who is a member of the Cricket Forum Club. And so as I saw Banana Brooks, this platform runs because of supporters who believe in independent cricket coverage like Banana Brooks. If you value what we are building, join our club on Patreon. The link is in the video description, or you can copy the link there on the screen. Big up to yourself, Banana Brooks. Any bowlers on the bowl, looking at the figures, the Pacers are at tough times. That's a good question in a Banana Brooks, and I will definitely address it. Roxanne Gray, welcome. Roxanne Gray is also another member of our patron community of our fan club, but we have not seen her over there. And today, when we are doing women's stream, we freed up the interaction to everyone, and it's good to see Roxanne Gray here because it's probably because it's a women game, and it's glad to have the women in the house. So big up to yourself, Roxanne Gray. Welcome to the channel. We appreciate you very much. So big up to Roxanne Gray being here. We appreciate it very much. So West Indies 2 senior batsmen are at the crease. Taylor and Matthews. So just waiting on my screen to come back. 43 it is now for 2. So 43 for 2. Matthews is on strike. Taylor is on 8. Matthews 28. This Malky bowls to Matthews, who steered it down backward of point, and there is no run. So I'm getting the figures. I'm getting the bowling figures up and running to be exact. I know that Matthews bowled full 10 overs. All 3 spinners bowled their full 10 overs. New Zealand have now, I think they are more or less qualified for the semifinals. Yes. Malky comes in, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews drives through the covers. Will it go into the boundary? Yes, it does. 4 more runs. When you are bowling to Matthews, you have to have a field on the cover boundary. Oh, ho, ho. If you do not have a field on the cover boundary, she will murder you out there. 47 for 2 now. You have to have a field on the cover boundary for Matthews. Well, what we see here is that all 4 spinners bowled their 10 overs. So what they did, they shared the bowl, they shared the next set of 10 among the seamers. Banana Brooks, I wouldn't say that anyone have been on the bowl. While you cannot ignore the fact that Ashmini Munisar is into the team and she bowled her 10 overs, 1 for 42. That is good bowling. And it is clear that the pitch is taking spin. That's why Sri Lanka won the toss and choose to bat first. And they dropped out Shawnisha, Hector, who's a seamer, and bring in the spinner. And you can't complain about the fact that they bring in Ashmini Munisar. If I was to preview the match before the start of the match, I would not have brought her in. I would have gone for Realeanna Grimmond, because I think we have enough bowling without having a second and a fourth spinner. In this case, Ashmini Munisar. I think in Dottin, Henry, and Alleyne, we have enough bowlers to complete 20 overs among those 3, and the 3 spinners, Karishma, Ramharack, Fletcher, and Hayley Matthews. Those 3 are always going to bowl their 10. Unless something really unusual happens, those 3 are always going to bowl their 10. So before the start of the match, if I was to pick the team, I would not have brought in Ashmini Munisar. I would have gone with Realeanna Grimmond and strengthened the batting. Nonetheless, speaking after the fact now, it appears that it was the right decision to include Ashmini Munisar. Her 10 overs went for 42, and her economy was lower than all the 3 seamers. So I don't think that any one of them were on the bowl. I just think that they just shared the 10 overs between the 3 seamers, and the 4 spinners bowled their 10 each. Because if you look at it, Ashmini Munisar went for 4.2 per over, while Alleyne went for 6.25. Alleyne always bowling the death, so you expect her to be expensive. It appears that that's her role. She always bowled the death overs. Dottin went for 5.66 runs per over, and Henry went for 7 runs per over. So I wouldn't say anyone was on the ball. So thank you for the question. End of over number 10. West Indies 51 for 2. You know, when a club member asks a question, that's how I have to respond. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with our good friend Roxanne Gray. We have not been seeing her on the live chat, and you know, I'm wondering why we have not been seeing her. But I hope that we're gonna start seeing Roxanne Gray on the live chat very soon. Yes, we hope that when we are doing the watch along tomorrow morning, she'll be there in the live chat. So thank you. Thank you. My screen froze again. I wonder why. It's now free. Vianga comes in, bowls to that's looked to be Taylor, and Taylor dabs it to backward point. Matthews call her through for a single. Matthews want this, you know. Matthews don't want the whitewash. So she really wants this. In my opinion, Matthews really want this, and she doesn't want the whitewash. She's not going to take the whitewash. That's how I see it. So she's going to be eager to get this over with. My screen keep freezing. Anyway, Matthews is on strike, 52 for 2. Why my screen keep freezing? I don't know. It's just, I don't know if yours is freezing. I realize that Cricket West Indies have turned off their live chat on YouTube because it is now taken up by appears an Asian language, and it's important that I think that they have to stream the feed to Asia. I think so. And that's 4 runs again, as Vianga was a little short there and Matthews capitalized and hit it through the offside for 4. Now, I am looking at the bowling of the Sri Lankan today. And I see a very relaxed bowling unit today. In the first 2 matches, they were bowling full. From ball 1, they were bowling full, full. And so, but today they seem to be going back of a length. Not those full deliveries that they were bowling. And they were really restricting the West Indies batsmen then. But it seems like they have adjusted the tactics today. I don't know, or Vianga just having a poor spell, 56 for 2 West Indies, which is good for us, I'm not complaining. I'm just analyzing the cricket. She's full, played away, over the top, down towards cover. It's running out towards the boundary. The fielder comes around, cannot get there. 4 more. 60 for 2 now, West Indies, with Hayley Matthews moving up to 42 from 38. She wants this today. She wants this. She's not taking 3 love. And as our best, she's our best batswoman. I'm not talking about all-time great, because if you're talking about all-time great, then I think that Stefani Taylor is leaps above everyone else when it comes to West Indies batswomanship. But at this present stage in each of their career, Hayley Matthews is our best batswoman. So Vianga has decided to go around the wicket. She comes in. Matthews turned this into the onside. They run hard for the first one. Mind how you push Stefani Taylor now. Well, she's coming back. So it's good to see that Taylor came back and they send the return to Taylor's end. End of 3 over from Viagra. West Indies 62 for 2 after 11 overs. Our 3 overs have gone for 23 runs. Always here, I just don't comment. Yes. Yeah. And I've been saying that Roxanne, that a number of our community members, a number of our club members, they are quiet club members. They don't always comment, but they are there supporting, and they support independent cricket coverage, and so we appreciate them. So Joseph and Campbell both gone. What did you think about their dismissals? Banana Brooks is asking me what I think about their dismissals. I have not gotten a chance to see Qiana Joseph dismissal as yet. However, Campbell the ball was down the leg side and she looked to flick it and it got the top edge. And I think for Campbell dismissal, I just think it's one of those things, Probably she took her eye off the ball and didn't make sure that she made contact with it in the right way, because Sometimes the ball is down the leg side and you think it's an easy shot and you lift the head too quick. You don't look at the ball until it comes on the face of the bat and so on. And probably that happened. I've not gotten a chance to see Qiana Joseph dismissal as yet, but that's probably what happened. Sukandi comes into the attack, bowls to Taylor, who swept this. It probably came off the bottom edge. I'll wait on the signal from the umpire. Matthews comes in to strike. Taylor moves up to 10. The score 63 for 2. 63 for 2, the score after 11.3 overs. I really think that Matthews wants this. She doesn't only want this, but she wants a century in this. So the score is 63 for 2. Remind you that tomorrow morning, we start our coverage at 4:25 as West Indies face South Africa in a match that the winner will qualify for the semifinals of the 2026 T20 World Cup. So Gandika comes in, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews squared up a little, but she was able to get that ball down to short third man for a single, one more to the West Indies total. These two have added 52 from 48 deliveries. So congratulations, good partnership by both. Taylor is on 10, Matthews is on 38. Matthews have added 38 of the 10, but she's on 45. Matthews have added 38 of the 52, while Taylor have added 10. Sukandika, the left-arm orthodox spinner, she bowls full to Taylor, who steered this away down towards the cover fielder, who came across, picks up, sends the return in. They came back for 2. The score goes up to 66 for 2 in over number 12. 1 to come in over number 12. 66 for 2. Matthews on 45. Taylor is on 12. She's having a good series, and I think that without that injury in the first match, I really think that without that injury in the first match, West Indies would have won this series. Sukandika comes forward, Taylor, and blocks it down the offside of the pitch. The keeper, I saw her move from behind the stump and she was running, but she's always running. You know, she always run between overs change. So she was running again for the change of the over. I thought that she was running to pick up the ball. 12 gone. West Indies 66 for 2. Looking to get 218 to win. So 34 and 18 is 54. 154 runs needed from 38 overs. So that shouldn't be a problem. 154 needed from 38 overs. Just about 38, 68, 48. So that's 228 balls. 228 balls. So they are well ahead. 228 balls, 154. That works out to, well, the required run rate is 4 runs. 4 runs per over. It's there on the screen instead of me busting my brain trying to work it out, especially someone who's not so good at mathematics. So Matthews is on 45. She's facing up now to Realeanna, who have really bowled well in this tournament thus far. She has really bowled well. So we're going to watch the left-arm orthodox spinner, Inoka Realeanna. She's one of those who she's known to bowl full. She's round the wicket. There's a slip in place, full. Matthews drive through the covers. There's a fielder coming off the sweeper boundary, sends the return in. 1 more to the West Indies total, 67 for 2. So join us tomorrow morning for that World Cup match. It will be very interesting. We'll be here from 4:25. We'll go right through the match. Andre Douglas may be joining us for commentary in the first 5 or 10 overs or so, as he has to leave for work. He's in New York and he'll be going to work. So he will probably do the first 10 overs of the commentary, and afterward I will take over from that. But join us at 4:25 as West Indies play that crucial match in the T20 Cricket World Cup. As I said, a win for either team will take them through to the semifinals. And what a day that would be. Wow, what a rejoicing. Down the leg side, they're showing Campbelle dismissal, and that was Campbelle dismissal. As I said, Banana Brooks, I really think that she she never committed to the shot in that she never looked at it long enough. Taylor Matthews was off the back foot there and stroked that ball to the sweeper down on the cover boundary for one more. 69 for 2 West Indies. The target is 218. Realeanna, 7 wickets in the series thus far, with a best of 4 for 44. That was in the second match, but she has been bowling well. Comes in now, bowls forward. I just blocked it out into the offside, and there is no run. 1 second, please. Let me just. Hello, sir. Yeah, man. What going? We'll talk about that later. I'm busy right now. Later, we'll talk about that. So, 69 for 2. When I always one delivery to come in the over. 69 for 2. Taylor is on 12. Matthews is on 47. 218 is the target. Realeanna, she is left arm orthodox spin around the wicket. Matthews Taylor gives herself room and steered it down to the field and the cover boundary. 70 for 2 at the end of over number 13. Yes, so I saw the comments, but I took that call. I always tell persons that when somebody who you know call you, especially when you do not expect them to call you, you can always give them 30 seconds. Because it could be an emergency. Even Sunday when I was doing the second match, and my wife called, and I took the call, and she was in a minor accident. Is what you call a fender bender, although it was more than just a fender bender. But no one was hurt or anything. But there was some damage done to both vehicles. So you have to take the call and give the person at least 30 seconds, especially if you know the persons. Once you can do so. So doing a watch along, and I get a call from somebody that I know, and I saw him on Monday or yesterday. I think I saw him yesterday, so I don't think there was any reason to call me, and see him calling me. I was to take the call, but then I realized that what he called me about can wait until after the watch along. So I always need to do that. 70 for 2 after 13.2. 70 for 2 after 13.2. So I think the pitch is turning in a Banana Brooks, and that's why they choose to bat first. And maybe that's why they're not bowling as full today as they have done in the past, in the first opening matches, because in those first two matches they just bowl full. Their main aim, they didn't care what the pitch was doing. They were just bowling full and saying that we're gonna prevent the West Indies batsmen from really get under the ball. It's almost like they went Yorker from ball one, like that delivery from Sukandika, like that delivery from Sukandika, which was full, and Matthews just played it back to her. 71 for 2 after 13.4. Remind you that the targets, the left arm orthodox spinner, so that Sukandika comes into Matthews, and Matthews on the front foot. She played it down to the sweep on the cover boundary for another single. 1 to go in the over. 72 for 2 and over number 14. So probably the pitch, they realize that the pitch is turning, so they are probably now just pull back their length a little, and now going to say we're gonna turn them out. Let's see though. 72 for 2. The 2 senior pro is at the crease. Sukandika comes in. Oh, lovely from Taylor. She just came onto the front foot and blocked it into the covers, and there's no run. She was solid there. That's a solid block there. So Davis, I don't quite understand what you meant by that, but I don't know if you want to explain. You say we have to bite at the cherry. We have to bite at the cherry. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he meant. I don't know what he meant by that. Oh, he probably wanted to say, oh, Clifford Lewis, probably Clifford Lewis. We have, oh, I think he probably wanted to say we have two bites at the cherry. Yeah, I think so too. Yes, definitely. Yeah. He's referring to the World Cup match in the morning. Two bites of the cherry, yes. Yeah. So we'll be covering that match long. We'll be covering that match live. Reina Wira bowls to Matthews, turn it into the mid-wicket region. There is no runs. I think that's what he wanted to say, that we have two bites of the cherry at the cherry, and he really talking about the World Cup match tomorrow morning. I think that's what he wants to say. 72 for 2, 48 to Matthews, who is on strike. She's about to bring up her first half century of the series. Reina Wira around the wicket bowls, and she drives through the covers straight to the fielder on the sweeper boundary. That's on the deep cover boundary, who's patrolling out there. Matthews move up to 49. Taylor is on 14, comes into strike, 73 for 2. So welcome everyone to the live chat. Yeah, Cricket West Indies have turned off their live chat. So we have an opportunity here, and because this chat is open to everyone, tomorrow morning, not so. Tomorrow morning, only members only will be able to be a part of that chat. So please join the community and be a part of the chat. 74 for 2, West Indies. Oh, if that return had hit the stump, I never recognized that, but that was closer than I thought. Matthews on 49, eager to get over this half century, comes in, bowls to her, she blocks it to mid-on. Mid-wicket stopped it from passing her, and it before it goes to mid-on. One delivery to come in over number 15. So I must say again, this platform runs because of supporters believe in independent cricket coverage. Let's watch this delivery. Comes in now, bowls off the back foot. She strokes it away down towards the fielder on the cover boundary. 50 for Hayley Matthews. 50 for the West Indies captain, Hayley Matthews. Yet another 50 for her. 50 from 48 deliveries. A strike rate of 104. 950s and 900. So that's good conversion from Hayley Matthews. She tends to, half of the time that she passed 50, she goes on to make 100. So let's see if that will happen again today. So 950s and 900s in our one-day international career. Reina Wira comes in now, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor is forward, and she blocks it out into the onside, and there is no run. Yes, congratulations. Big up Banana Brooks for congratulating the West Indies captain. So well done, Hayley Matthews there. Good knock from her. Her 9th half century in her career to go with the 9 centuries that she have made. So she has been doing well, and you see that she just doesn't want to get the tree love, and she's going to bring it home. Yes. Yes, she is definitely bringing it home. So I want to always big up to the Patreon family all in the chat right now. Really appreciate you. If you are watching and enjoying the coverage, support the movement. Join Patreon and be part of the conversation. Don't just watch, be a part of history, especially tomorrow morning when the live chat will be limited to Patreon members, to the Cricket Forum club members. This is a women game, so we always open up the chat for our women games. Our live stream on Saturday, there were a lot of friends that were bombarding my phone because they wanted to participate in the live discussion. Some of them eventually become members of Patreon. Some of them don't. Some of them, mocking me and banter-wise, call me all sort of name. But it is the Patreon members that keep this community going, and we have to always big up the Patreon members for keeping this community going. This platform runs because supporters believe in independent cricket coverage, and they support it. So We are 75 for 2. 75 for 2 is the score now. 75 for 2. This is over number 16. It is being bowled by Vianga. She has not bowled well today as in the past. The chubby Vianga bowls to Matthews, who turned this to mid wicket, and there is no run. 75 for 2 in over number 16. So 75 for 2. She has not bowled as well as she did in the past. So there's a field that backward square leg just to the right of the umpire. As Vianga comes in, bowls to Matthews. Matthews looked to swing that out of the ground, taken on the pad. The keeper moved from behind the stumps and picked it up. Where forward short leg would have been. The score remains at 75 for 2. Taylor on 15. Matthews is on 50. The batsmen out, Qiana Joseph and Shemaine Campbell. As Vianga comes in, bowls to Matthews. She worked this again to mid-wicket. Probably getting a little turn there, but again, they started bowling full now. So it's interesting. They are bowling full again to the West Indies batsmen. They probably decide that they are not going into the pitch. He comes in now, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews look to sweep high in the air, down towards deep mid-wicket. It gone for 6. Lovely shot there. Swept away over deep mid-wicket for 6. End of over number 16. 81 for 2 West Indies. 81 for 2 as he swept that away high over deep mid-wicket for 6. So King Demand saying that good job so far, Windies. Yes, thank you for supporting the ladies. 2 of West Indies' best players. Well, it's not 2 of their best players. It's their 2 best players, eh? The all-time great and the current great. Yes, so it's West Indies' 2 best players. I don't think 2 of their best. Well, you know, you could say that Ramharack and Fletcher, when it comes to bowling, they are probably equally as important as Matthews and Taylor when it comes to batting. As that one swept away high in the air over deep mid-wicket for 6. So Banana Brooks saying Matthews. So 6 runs. West Indies 81 for 2. We're going to see now as Taylor comes into strike. She will face up to Realeanna, the left-arm orthodox spinner who have gotten 7 wickets in the tournament thus far. She comes in now, bowls to Taylor. Taylor guided to backward point. Wanted a single. Matthews rightfully center back. There's no run there. The score remains at 81 for 2. West Indies looking to get 218 to prevent a series whitewash. As the left-arm orthodox spinner, Realeanna comes in round the wicket, bowls to Taylor, who goes deep in his crease, and she blocks it in front of her, and there is no run. 81 for 2. 81 for 2 is the score. As that another run by Taylor, pushing the score now up to 82 for 2. So the score is now 82 for 2 as that delivery from Taylor was, another full delivery. She managed to squeeze it down to longer off for a single. So Taylor will comes into strike now. Let's watch as Taylor comes into strike. Sorry, not Taylor, Matthews. She's off the back foot. She spears the gap on the offside, and it goes into the boundary for 4, despite the fielder coming around from backward point, taking the West Indies score up now to 86 for 2. So that's 86 for 2 West Indies now. As nice shot once more by Hayley Matthews, taking her up to 60 from 55 deliveries. So that's probably the first boundary that have been conceded off Realeanna for a long time. So my screen freeze again. I think it's the internet. It could well be the internet. Could well be the internet. Could well be. But it's back up. So thankfully it's back up. This thing you need to second, man. What's wrong with you? So Matthews to face up to Realeanna. She comes in, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews drives. She misses, and the ball goes through to the keeper. and there is no run. 86 for 2. We are on over number 17. Matthews on 60. With her is the veteran Taylor. So Matthews second now as there's a slip in place for her as the left arm orthodox spinner, Rada Weira, comes in now. Ball to Hayley Matthews and she drives again as that one grips and turn across her. And it's the ball beats her and goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. So the end of over number 17 is probably just time for the drinks break. Let's see. Yes, they are coming out on the field. It's time for the drinks break. I will be back with you shortly. Just let me get some refreshment also, and probably eat a hopper or some fruits or something. And I'll be back with you as soon as the drinks break is finished. This drinks break won't be long. It's women game. Their drinks break usually finish very, very quickly. So we are about to restart the action here. And it's going to be Delahari, Kavisha Delahari. She's another one who was caused West Indies serious issues in this tournament thus far. So Matthews is on 60. She'll be looking to get her 100, I'm almost sure. Backward point, cover, extra cover mid-off, short fine leg, and a straightish mid-wicket. Those are the 6 fielders inside the circle, as the first delivery went down to long on for a single, which will take Taylor up to 17, and Matthews on 60 will come into strike. Welcome back to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your company. And as always, I look forward to your interaction, especially on a stream where the live chat is open up to everyone on this stream today. So Matthews is on 60, probably having an issue with our earring. Why? Oh boy. let me not say it, but why is there an issue with her earring? Why did she need to batten it? You know, but you're going to have the helmet, and you're wearing a lot of hair, and you know, I don't know. You know, 87 for 2. So Matthews is on 60. As Kavisha comes in now, bowls to Taylor, and to Matthews, who covers up, played it into the onside. There is no run. 87 for 2 after 17.2. 17.2 I see on the scorecard. I think that Taylor had faced 2 balls, but the apparent is on the one she had faced. Over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, down the leg side. She looks to swing it away. It goes down to that fielder and the deep backward square leg boundary for a single. So I can tell you the field now. It's a short third man. There's a backward point. There's a cover and a mid-off. There's a long on. There's a straight mid-wicket. There's a deep backward square leg. And there's a fielder on the mid-wicket boundary. And then there's one sweeper on the cover boundary. Taylor worked this to mid-wicket. Fielder comes around to her left. That Vianga, the #2. And one more to the score. Matthews comes back into strike. She's on 16. Taylor is on 18. West Indies 89 for 2, and the dugout looking much more relaxed today. That's Jahzara Claxton there throwing the ball up in the air as Kavisha comes in, bowls to Matthews, who played it back down the inside of the pitch. The bowler skipped across on field. There is no run. The score remains at 89 for 2. We are in over number 18. Here is Kavisha. She's going to bowl to Hayley Matthews, the West Indies captain. She's over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews worked this to the right of the mid-wicket, to the straight mid-wicket. The score remains on 89 for 2 at the end of over number 18. Matthews is on 61. With her, Taylor, who is on 19, is at 18. Taylor will take strike. Oh, boy. 18 overs have been completed. 89 for 2. 89 for 2 is the score. I don't know what that means, Joseph. Isaac, I do not know that comments. I will not read it out. You know. So I don't know what that means. I don't think there's any threat of rain. I think there are clouds in the sky, but they are just moving smoothly out. So I don't think there's any threat of rain. Realeanna bowls to Stefani Taylor, who get that away down to backward point for 4. I think that's her first boundary in this innings. No, she had driven one through the covers. 22 she gone up to now. 93 for 2. Stefani Taylor just repeating the shot as, you know, she just steered it away, bunks it in the turf. Or was it a drop catch? I think he bunks in the turf. I think it's a spectator catch. I think that it just bunks away. She hit it down in the ground, eye over the fielder head. Realeanna comes in, bowls to Taylor full. She played it down the inside of the pitch. The bowler field, and there is no run. She just skips across past Hayley Matthews. 93 for 2 West Indies. Needing a further 125 to win with their two best batswomen at the crease. Realeanna, the left arm orthodox spinner bowls to Taylor, who swings this in the air, high down towards backward square leg. It was a similar dismissal that from Shemaine Campbell. This time it dropped short of the fielder, thankfully, as Vianga comes in, but it was again looking to play on the inside. This time it took the back of the bat and it goes high in the air. In Campbell's case, it was the top edge. So they are changing the field. I probably think that that ball was in the air long enough for the catch to be taken. So it's the chubby Vianga that comes into the short mid-wicket region, and a more fleet-footed fielder have been sent out in the deep. Realeanna bowls to Hayley Matthews, who turned this to the right of that fielder who came to mid-wicket, and she turned it to the right of her, so one more to the total. The score goes up by 1 to 95 now. 123 needed from 19.2 overs. Taylor on 23 comes into strike. Matthews is on 62. That's her partner. Realeanna in her fourth over. No success for her today so far. She have gotten 7 in the tournament thus far. She doesn't need to get any more in the series. We need to prevent her from getting any, as Taylor driven that one to the field, that extra cover, and there is no run. The score remains at 95 for 2. She wipes her hand on her backside now. She grips the ball and she's about to comes into Taylor, the veteran West Indies batswoman who is solid in defense there. She plays it down the offside of the pitch. End of over number 19. 95 for 2 with Taylor on 23. Matthews on 62. The score 95 for 2. The target, remind you, is 218. So we need a further 123 runs to win from 31 overs. There's no worry. That's less than 4 runs per over. And once these two stay there, we should get home quite comfortable. Jannillea Glasgow is left to come, and she's in a rich vein of form. She have 2 half centuries in the 2 previous matches. So let's see. So it's good to see that Glasgow got 2 half centuries. Matthews now 1. Taylor got 1 in the first match. So Karishma comes into the attack, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor looks to drive. She inside edge it into her pad. It goes out into the offside. The keeper fields, and there is no run. Here is Karishma. She's bowling to Hayley Matthews. She's in. She's over the wicket. Matthews flick that away. Look to flick it into the onside. It peels off the outside edge, and it goes into the offside. And again, there is no run. 95 for 2. Let's watch now as Karishma comes in now to bowl to Matthews. She's in. Bowl to Matthews, and Matthews look to drive. Loud appeal, not out. Said the best umpire in the West Indies, Jacqueline Williams. Yes, both men and women, she's the best of them all. I think she's better than all the men umpires that we presently having. As Karishma is to comes in now, she's gonna bowl to Hayley Matthews. She's getting ready to bowl to Hayley Matthews. There's a backward pointer cover and a mid-off. The field is spread far and wide, as this one is eased to a straightish mid-on, which has to come to her left. She picks up, and the score remains at 95 for 2, 19.4 overs. For that ball in this over thus far from Karishma. She comes in now to bowl to Hayley Matthews, and Matthews drive in the air. Cannot beat mid-off, but it's wide of her, and Taylor called her through for the single. 1 more to the West Indies total. 96 for 2 with 1 to come. 1 to come in the innings. 96 for 2 with 1 to come in the innings. Let's watch now as Karishma. She's going to come over the wicket. The right arm mistress spinner. She bowled both leg spin and half spin. But let's see now. She comes in now. That one was out of the front of the arm, but Taylor allowed it to come to her. Oh, that was batswomanship at its very best. Oh, that was lovely. Look at that. Look at how she just wait on that ball to come right under her chin. And as the ball comes under her chin, she just slackened the wrist and opened the face of the bat and just rolled it slowly to the fielder. And they went through for a single. Well done. I love to see that type of batting. She's on 24. Matthews is on 63. Taylor will keep the strike. West Indies needing a further 121 runs to win off 30 overs. That's just 4 runs per over. 97 for 2 is the score right now. 97 for 2 is the score. Sri Lanka earlier posted 217 for 7 of their 50 overs. Samaraweera getting another half century. Realeanna, the left-arm orthodox spinner, comes in, bowls to Stefani Taylor, who blocks it out into the offside. The keeper came from behind the stump, picks up on the arm. The return to the fielder at extra cover, who relayed to the bowler. Here is she is now, Realeanna in her 5th over. She have gotten 7 wickets in the series thus far, but she has so far today she's without wickets. A slip is in place now for Taylor as Rira bowls to her, and due to the fact that the slip is in place, there's a bigger gap on the offside. Taylor squeezed this down to long off as Matthews came into the strike. Now they push back the field that cover right on the cover boundary and also the long off, so they will bring the slip probably into cover. I'm not seeing, I'm just assuming that's probably what they will do. No, they keep the slip in place. Realeanna bowled to the West Indies captain, and a warning there for Stefani Taylor. Say you're backing up too far. So Realeanna warning Stefani Taylor that you are backing up too far. Or the Ministry of Sports said that they are building a stadium in her honor. Here is Realeanna comes in, bowl to Matthews, who drives and misses as the big booming left arm orthodox spinner just pitch touchdown at about mid and half stump and grips and turn away from the West Indies captain, who aimed a big drive and it went through to the wicket keeper. 98 for 2. 3 delivers to come in over number 21. Realeanna bowls to Matthews, hit it in the air, down towards cover, straight to the fielder on the boundary. 1 more to the total. West Indies now moving ever so closer to that 100-run mark. They are 99 for 2. With Taylor on 64, Taylor on 25, and Matthews on 64. So we're going to watch now as Realeanna comes in now, round the wicket. Ball to Taylor, and Taylor is forward as she plays that ball out into the offside, and there is no run. 99 for 2. Over number 21 is in progress. 1 delivery to come in over number 21. It's Realeanna, who have bowled well in the series so far. I've said that many times. The left-arm orthodox spinner, she comes in, bowls to Taylor. Taylor worked this into the onside, backward of square. The fielder, the keeper has to move from behind her stump to get to the ball in front of the umpire, while the batsman crossed for a single. Taylor going up to 26. Matthews is on 64. West Indies 100 is up. 100 for 2. At a similar stage, Sri Lanka were 72 for 2. So our worm is way ahead of the Sri Lankans' worm at this time. Realeanna have completed 5 overs. Probably is the first time in the series she's bowling 5 overs without getting a wicket. She has none for 20 from her 5 overs. The run rate is just 4.07. That is always manageable. What is important here, though, is that the Sri Lankans have able to keep the West Indies batsmen in check. And so we are not off to a flyer. We're going to watch now as Kavisha, the right-arm mystery spinner, comes in to Taylor. She's in, bowls to Taylor, who work it into the inside. The keeper move from behind the stump. She fielded at forward short leg, and there is no run. West Indies remain 102 for 2. Taylor is on 26. Matthews is on 64. Kavisha over the wicket. She comes in, bowls to Taylor. Taylor blocks it into the onside again. A little more work for the keeper this time, but there's still no run as she moves smartly from behind the stump out into the region of a backward square leg, and there is no run. 100 for 2. 100 for 2 West Indies. Kavisha comes in now, bowls to Taylor, who drives down to long off. The fielder comes around and stopped it. Singer, 101 for 2 after over number 21.3. Matthews on 64 comes into strike. Taylor moves up to 27. Remind you that the target is 218. Therefore, West Indies need a further 107 runs to win. 17. Kavisha bowls to Matthews, and Matthews beat the straight mid-wicket. The fielder long on has to move to a right. Surely they should come back for 2. No, they stay on 1. It's a small outfield. I keep on forgetting. It's a small outfield. So it's difficult to run 2. They have brought in the rope a lot here in St. George's, Grenada. Matthews moves up though to 65. Taylor on 27 comes into strike. Kavisha comes in, bowls to Taylor, who works this away. Down back with a square leg. The fielder will have to come off the boundary, picks up, sends the return in. They stay on 1. Good work there by the fielder. As Matthews goes up, Matthews, who is on 65, comes into strike, and Taylor is on 28. West Indies 103 for 2. 1 delivered to come in over number 22. Taylor is on 28. So 5 inside the circle for Matthews. Comes in now, bowls to Matthews. Matthews deep in her crease, work it in the gap between mid-wicket and backward square leg as it goes down to the fielder on the deep mid-wicket boundary. So 1 more to the West Indies total, taking the West Indies total to 104 for 2 after over number 22. Matthews will keep strike. She's on 16. Taylor, Stefani Taylor is on 28. And there's some cloud in the skies, but the sky is clear. I don't think that there will be any issue there at all with the sky today. So West Indies should cruise home in this one. I don't see anything untoward happening. There should be a really comfortable win this for the West Indies. I don't know. Matthews probably saying that she need her bat rubber to change or something like that. 104 for 2 West Indies. So new bowler into the attack. So there's a new bowler into the attack. Let's see who's this coming into the attack. Nilakshika, she's tying up her hair. I wonder why she never tied it up a long time before that. So Nilakisha is into the attack. So Nila, let's call her Nila for short. She's going to bowl to Matthews, who's on 66. So Nila is into the attack. She finally get herself ready, doing those women things and get tying up her hair and making sure that it's in the right place. That won't stop her from get licked. So run in and take lick, girl. She's over the wicket, bowls to Matthews. That ball kept low. Matthews dug it out down the off side of the pitch, and there is no run. So the score remains at 104 for 2 as Matthews. She's on 66. 104 for 2. As 28 is Stefani Taylor. Nila comes in now. Bowls to Matthews, and Matthews played that away in the gap in the offside. It running out towards the boundary. The fielder came across, picked up. They're coming back for 2. She reached quite comfortable. Good running. 68 she is now. 106 for 2 West Indies. So West Indies move up to 106 for 2 as Matthews moves up to 68. 68 for Matthews, 28 for Taylor. We are in over number 24. It has been bowled by Nila. She's going to come in now to bowl to the West Indies captain, Hayley Matthews, over number 23. should say. Nilla bowls to Matthews, and Matthews worked this down to long on for another run. The fielder came off the boundary. So there's a long on and there's a cow corner for Matthews. So Nilla just pitching up on Matthews, working that down to long on for another single. So the score goes up to 107 for 2 West Indies. This in their third and final ODI match between both teams. Remind you that tomorrow morning, live watch along for the West Indies match. Prime time, prime 9:30 start for our good friend Banana Brooks over there in England. So apparently, we're going to watch now as Taylor is on strike. So here is Nilla. Her fourth delivery of her over. None for 3 thus far. She comes in over the wicket, bowls to Taylor. Taylor turn it out into the inside. The bowler cannot prevent the single. She went across and shied at the non-striker's end, but Taylor was always home. The score goes up by 1. By 1. So 1 more to the score. Over the wicket, comes in, bowls, turn away, down towards backward square leg, beat the dive of the fielder. Oh, she collects it well. For a moment, I thought it beat the dive of her, but she stopped that well. 1 more to the score, 109 for 2. Taylor is on 29, Matthews is on 70. For a moment, I thought it beat the field as Matthews turned that away, down backward of square leg. 1 delivery to come in the over. Let's watch now as Nilla comes in to bowl to Taylor. She's up over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor steered that away down to backward point. Tumbling save by the fielder. 110 now for 2 at the end of over number 23 as Taylor moves up to 30 and Matthews is on 70. So both batsmen combined together have added 100 runs for the West Indies thus far. I'm not talking about the partnership. I'm just saying how many both of them had it. Karen Lewis is asking us to check out Down in the West Indies by Todd Lewis. Check this out. Down in the West Indies by Todd Lewis. What is that? Hopefully someone can. Down in the West Indies by Todd Lewis. Give us some more Karen Lewis. Is that a YouTube channel? So check it out. Check out Down in the West Indies by Todd Lewis. Or is it a song or something? Give us more about what it is. Karen Lewis, we are always willing to promote our fellow West Indians. So 110, I think that just came up on the scoreboard just now, some numbers. Stefani Taylor, I think her name was second on the list, but it's a new song. Well, check it out. Down in the West Indies by Todd Lewis. Very good. Send me it, man, at the Cricket Forum, ja@gmail.com, man. Send it to me. Let me hear it, man. It's on the digital platforms. You know, we have to big up Gerald Music, the man who sponsored our live watch along for the T20 Cricket World Cup. Forward comes Taylor. She played it to mid-on and there is no run. The score remains at 110 for 2. Kavisha comes into Taylor. She's in, bowls to Taylor. Taylor worked this away through mid-wicket. They go through for another single. 1 more to the total. 111 for 2 West Indies. Taylor moves up to 31. Matthews is on 70. She comes into strike. West Indies 111 for 2. It's on YouTube with a picture of West Indies players. I think I saw it, you know. I'm gonna check it out after the stream, Karen Lewis. Big up. I wish you all the success, boss. I really wish you all the success. As Matthews went for a big booming drive inside edge onto the pad. And they oohs and ahs by the Sri Lankan fielders as Kavisha gets that one to jog back sharply to the West Indies batswoman. So here is Kavisha as she comes in now to bowl to Hayley Matthews. He comes in, bowls to Hayley Matthews, turn that into the onside, and there is no run. The score remains at 111 for 2. Matthews remains on 70. With her, Taylor, who's on 31. Matthews here, probably looking to get a century in this match. Kavisha comes in, bowls to Matthews, turn away into the onside. Work for the keeper again. The score remains at 111 for 2. This keeper, she is very fleet of foot and she's sprightly. 1 run from the over thus far. Kavisha, 3.5 overs, none for 10. She comes in now to Hayley Matthews, the West Indies captain. She's in. Over the wicket, the mystery spinner. That's a leg break. Matthews work it to mid-on. End of the over. At the end of over number 24, West Indies replying to 218 made by Sri Lanka. They are 111 for 2. 111 for 2 at the end of over number 24. Over number 25 and Nila to continue. She will be bowling to Stefani Taylor, the right arm seamer. She's over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor cuts this away down towards the field and the cover boundary. Straight to her. 1 more to Taylor, taking her up now to 32. Matthews and 70 comes into strike. West Indies 112 for 2. So some good shots play earlier by Stefani Taylor and Hayley Matthews as we look to win this match today and prevent a 3-0 series whitewash. Yes, Gully side, we look to win this match today. She's dropped. She's dropped. So Nila dropped Matthews, looked to force it into the onside. It came off the outer portion of the bat. It went back to the bowler in the air who puts down a sitter. Really just... It's not a complete sitter, but at this level, those catches need to be taken. So Matthews is on 70. Good that the... Well, it's not our fault that she's dropped. Definitely not our fault. Nila is on her way. She comes in now, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews off the back foot. She pierced the inner field. It running out towards the boundary. The fielder comes across, picked up, sends the return in. 1 more to the total. Matthews moves up to 71. So Matthews move up to 71. The score now goes up to 113 West Indies. So though if you are saying, no, I really think that it should have been taken. It wasn't really a dolly, but she should have taken it. 113 for 2, bowls to Taylor, Nila, and she played it to mid-on, and there is no run. So it's 113 for 2 as she played that to mid-on, and there is no run. You know, some people, they are just some... after this over, you know, I'm going to make a comment, but there are some persons there that's, you know, bad mind, boy, Here is Nilla comes in now, bowls to, I won't even bother address it, to Taylor, and she plays it to mid-on, and there is no run. Because as usual, I know that 98% of you here are for the right reason, but there's another 1 to 2%, probably even 3% here that they are really here for the wrong reason. They're really here for the wrong reason. I'm telling you. 113 for 2 comes in over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and she played it out into the offside. The keeper runs from behind the stumps and picked it up. End of the 25th over. At the end of the 20. Sorry. At the end of the 25th overs, West Indies 113 for 2 at the end of over number 25. The scores now move up to 114 for 2 as that first delivery from Matthews was eased down to long on, and she moves up to 72. So Taylor is on strike. Kavisha bowls to Taylor, who drives back to the bowler, who sends the return in and hit Taylor on the knee. 114 for 2. Now, you will recall in the match on Sunday, Deandra Dottin was given out obstructing the field. And it was the right decision. 114 for 2. Taylor turned this away through mid-wicket. The mid-on, she came to her right, picks up, and I think they will stay on 115 for 2 now. Matthews on 72. She now will come into strike. Taylor has moved up to 73. So West Indies now 115 for 2, still needing a further 101 runs to win of 24.3 overs. Shouldn't be a problem. She comes in now, bowls to Matthews, who turned this away to the fielder at a wideish mid-on, straight mid-wicket. So 115 for 2. Matthews, she faces up to Kavisha. When her fifth over comes in, bowls, and Matthews drive, and she can't beat the tumbling fielder at a wideish mid-on who moves to her left or a straight mid-wicket, whatsoever you want to call her. She's there. Matthews now on 72. 115 for 2 West Indies. Taylor is her partner on 33. This time she work it to the right of the fielder. Let's see the score. Did she get a singer there? Yes, she got a singer as she works that to the right of the fielder. The score goes up by 1. West Indies 116 for 2. Matthews on 73. Taylor on 33. So yes, on Sunday, the decision to give Deandra Dottin out obstructing the field was the correct decision. As long as they take it 45 over, it should Kieran Lewis. Yeah, man. I don't see West Indies losing this match. These two look well set, although you can see there the worms are coming together. But these two look well set for me. And Henry, Dottin have yet to fire in this series, and one hopes that it's time for them to do so as the captain Matthews steered that down towards backward point. Taylor was interested in 2, but Matthews sent her back, And so they stay on 1. The score goes up now by 1 to 117 for 2. Taylor is on 33. Matthews is on 74. 117 for 2 West Indies. We're in over number 27. Nilak is the bowler. Nilak Shika. But let's call her Nilak. She's over the wicket, bowls to Taylor. Good delivery. She plays it back down the outside of the pitch, and the bowler fielding her follow through. A very solid defensive block there by Taylor. That looks good. That block looks good. So to put it in perspective, good to see that they put it on the screen there. 101 runs needed from 142 deliveries. So we are way ahead of the run rate. No rush. Absolutely no rush. Nilla, you know, is coming over the wicket. She comes in now, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor worked that into the outside. The keeper shy at the stump. Taylor, oh, I hope she's not injured again, you know. She's down on her haunches. I hope she's not injured. She's so injury prone. She's taking off her own helmet. She's getting up, which I know that West Indies cricket fans all over the world were happy to see that she gets up. As she works that one into the outside, it probably came off the pad and it goes into the outside. A direct hit would have her shot, but she's walking away, and that's good. I mean, West Indies cricket fans were happy to see her walking away. God, thanks, Lord, thank you. Yes, a direct hit would have had her well shot. Yeah, she would have been shot. As Nilak bowls to Matthews, and Matthews beat the dive of extra cover and beat mid-off into the boundary for 4. Love the shot by the West Indies captain. Ho, 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 ho. Lovely shot by the West Indies captain. She just came forward and drove it off the up, through the offside. The extra cover dived to her right. The mid-off came to her left, but could not stop it as the ball goes into the boundary, which has brought in a lot. I'm not in favor of this boundary coming in so far, you know. I don't know why they choose to do it. I think the size of these fields are so small that you don't need to bring in the boundaries for the ladies. New Zealand doesn't do it, and they are much bigger than us, as that one is played to the field at the edge of the circle by Matthews, and they go through for a quick singer, taking the score up now to 123 for 2. 95 runs needed. So I want to thank everyone who are tuning, especially those who are not able to watch the cricket for one reason or the other. My visually impaired friends who are always happy to be with me here. Over the wicket, she comes in now, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor squeezes this to the field that shot third man, end of over number 27, 123 for 2. She is world class, said Karen Lewis. Well, both batsmen at the crease are world class. Were you speaking about one in particular? Because definitely both batsmen at the crease are world class. So 123 for 2 West Indies. As Matthews is on 79, Taylor is on 33, 123 for 2. So Matthews is going to take strike. She's going to take strike from Kavisha. Was gotten none for 13 from her 5 overs thus far. She comes in, bowls to Matthews. Matthews cut, misses. It goes through to the keeper. The score remains at 123 for 2. Matthews on 79 and closing in on century number 10. With her is Stefani Taylor on 33. Kavisha comes in. Matthews look to swing that into the onside. It beats the keeper. It going out towards the boundary. This could be 5 wide, or is it 4 leg by? 4 leg by signal by the best umpire in the Caribbean, Jacqueline Williams. She's the very best. And when I say the very best, I'm talking about both men and women. So she's the best umpire in the Caribbean. 127 for 2, 4 leg by there. As Matthews was looking to pull, the ball came off her pad, deceived the keeper, and goes down to the boundary for 4 behind the keeper. 4 more runs to the total. 127 for 2 now. West Indies. Matthews on 79. Kavisha, the mystery spinner. She comes in. Bowls to Matthews. Matthews is forward. She plays it to mid-on. No run. The score remains at 127 for 2. 127 for 2. Matthews on 79. Taylor on 33. Comes in now. Bowls to Matthews, and Matthews covers up and plays it back down the pitch on the onside. The bowler field in her follow through. West Indies needing a further 91 runs to win. We are 127 for 2, looking to get 218. Matthews on 79. She's going to face up to the wildly Kavisha. Comes in now. Bowls to Matthews off the back foot. She hit it in the air, down towards deep mid-wicket. The fielder comes in, picks up, sends the return in. They stay on 128 for 2. So 1 delivery to go in over number 28. Taylor on 33 comes in to strike. Matthews on 80. Or just 20 away from her 10th one-day international century. There'll be big celebration when she gets there. Kavisha comes in, bowls to Stefani Taylor, who plays this away down towards mid-wicket. Mid-on has to move to her right, and by doing so, she allows the batswoman to go through for yet another run. So, is Stefani Taylor stretching that hamstring there? So she's stretching that hamstring, and she has called for the physio. So although we're hoping that nothing is wrong with her, but she has now called for the physio, and we never like this. We thought that she was okay. 129 for 2 is the West Indies total. 89 more needed. Taylor is on 34. Matthews is on 80, but she has called for the physio. She doesn't want any water. She probably needs something with some electrolytes. That looks like coconut water. But you saw her stretch there. Over 6,000 runs in one-day international cricket at an average of 41.67. The greatest West Indies women batswoman of all time. 42 half centuries and 7 centuries. The best of 171. Stefani Taylor, 168 innings. And to know that in the last, since the 2023 World Cup or the 2022 World Cup, she has not been at her best since then. I think it was a 23 World Cup. She has not been at her best since then. I think that 2023 she was averaging over 50, but with the numerous injuries and playing off fit and so on, and not being able to fully capitalize on her ability because of the numerous injuries. She had planned to retire, and they actually asked her to stay on. So we really hope that she will be able to see this through. She will be key for the T20 internationals coming up. There'll be 3 T20 internationals after this 3-match series. 3 T20 internationals. And so it's 129 for 2. As the captain comes into the attack, she bowls to Taylor, who played it to mid-wicket, and there is no run. So Atapatu, Chamara Atapatu. Let's call her Atapatu. 129 for 2. She comes in, bowls to Taylor. It's short. She rocks back, but unable to find the gap as the ball bunks away off the bottom of the bat, down to long on for a single, taking her up to 35. Matthews on 80. 130 for 2. 130 for 2. Atapatu comes in, bowls to Matthews, who dug out a Yorker as she bowls full. And this is what Atapatu is going to try to do. She's not a big spinner of the ball. She does turn them sometimes. Sometimes it turns even more than she expected, and it surprised her because she's really not a big spinner of the ball. So she's trying to bowl full here to the West Indies captain, who works this away down to long on for a single. The fielder has to move to her right. She sends the return in, one more to the total, 131 for 2. Taylor is on 35. 35 for Taylor. And Matthews is on 81. Taylor is on strike as Atapatu, the Sri Lankan captain, comes in to the former West Indies captain who swept this down behind square. The fielder comes across. She used the long barrier. She stopped it. The batswoman goes through for yet another run. It's 132 now for 2. 132 for 2 as Atapatu comes into the attack. Matthews is on 81. Stefani Taylor is on 36. So Matthews on 81, looking to get another 100. Short third man, then there's a backward point, there's an extra cover, there's a mid-off, there's a sweeper on the cover boundary, then there's a short fine leg, a deep backward square leg, a deep mid-wicket, and a long on as Matthews played that one to the deep mid-wicket, and she got a singer, taking her up to 82, the score to 133 for 2 at the end of over number 29. West Indies need 85 runs to win from 126 deliveries. 85 runs from 126 deliveries. So should be able to get this. Shouldn't be any fuss. Banana. Yes, it was 123 for 2. I guess Jolly Brown was a little behind, but he was a little behind. And due to it that he's here for the wrong reason, he was quick to point that out, although he was the one that was wrong. Yeah. I remember I saw it, Banana Brooks. I saw when he posted 118 and I was wondering what was he watching it on. Yeah. Yes. 122 for 3. So the field remained the same standard field as Realeanna is back into the attack. The left arm orthodox spinner. She squared up Matthews, but the ball rolled to the field at backward point, and there is no run. So Matthews was squared up there just now. The ball rolled to the field at backward point, and there is no run. Realeanna, she comes in now, bowls to Matthews, is off the back foot. She cannot beat the fielder at cover, although it was hit powerfully and hit her backward, and she was to go down on her haunches, but she never beat the fielder. Matthews is going deep in her crease as it appears that they are going back to this full tactics. Realeanna comes to Matthews off the back foot again. She played it down to long on, this time for a singer. One more to the total, taking her very up, much closer to that magical 3 figures. She's on 83. Taylor on 36 comes into strike. West Indies 134 for 2. Here's Realeanna. She's going to bowl now to the right-handed Taylor, and Taylor looks to cut. She beats short third man, work for the fielder. They're gone for 1. Surely they have to come back for 2 now. Yes, they are back for 2 comfortable. Taylor will move up to 38. West Indies 136 for 2. Matthews on 83, high up another century. So it's 130. That was a good shot there by Taylor. 136. Taylor sweeps, and she's out caught at short fine leg. Off the back of the bat, sweeping in the second match, getting out. Sweeping in the third match, getting out. She's gone for 38 as she looks to sweep Realeanna, and she gave her 8th wicket of the series. She looked to sweep her, and as she swept that ball, it came off the back of the bat. It went high in the air to the fielder at short fine leg, who took a comfortable catch. And so Stefani Taylor, she's out for 38, caught by Vianga. Let's check to see is Vishmi. She caught by Vishmi off the bowling of Realeanna for 38 from 70 deliveries. Spent time at the crease. She was not at her fluent best, but 38 runs is a good contribution. Very, very good contribution. I think that they should send Jannillea Glasgow now, I think that they should send Jannillea Glasgow. Certainly not. Certainly, I think so. Jolly Brown, I'm not going to engage in semantics with you, boss. You know, we know what we know. So there's no need to engage in semantics. We try to lift the discussion above that. That's why when I saw it in the first place, I never even responded to it because I don't want to get engaged in semantics. 136 for 3. So Chinelle Henry came to the crease. Wish her all the best. She has not been firing in the series thus far. Much more have been expected from players like Chinelle Henry and Deandra Dottin. You know, Matthews came to the party today, so let's see what will happen to Henry here today. We hope she makes some runs. So here is Realeanna bowls to Henry off the back foot, wide off the slip, running out towards the boundary. Will it slow up? Yes, it's slowing up the fielder, catches up to it, and they will come back for 2. So she's off the mark right away with a dubious edge pass first slip for 2. Oh. So end of the over though, end of over number 30. West Indies 138 for 3. Sri Lanka will still believe that they are in this, you know, but West Indies has the firepower for this match to end quickly. So it's left to see what the approach of Chinelle Henry. This is clearly not a free scoring pitch, you know, and it's going to left to be seen. Certainly not a free scoring pitch. But I would have batted Glasgow at 5 because she has been in good form. You could say that she's batting at 7 and making runs, so make she stay at 7. As Matthews look to turn this into the onside, the keeper gives chase and pick it up, and there is no run. So Chinelle was charging down, but Matthews said no. I think Matthews probably just want Henry to stay there a little and soak up the atmosphere. You know, I believe that a run was there. You know, some would say that she's shielding the player. So here is Atapato bowls to Matthews and Matthews drive. She mistimed the drive to mid-off. The score remains at 138 for 3. She mistimed the drive to mid-off. Atapatu over the wicket. Bowls to the West Indies captain who worked this away down back with a square leg. The fielder will come off the boundary. She misfield, but they were drag walk in the first, so there was no more. 139 for 3, 79 needed. The dangerous Chinelle Henry, the highest paid West Indies woman cricketer ever in the WPL. She's seconds now. Hatapatu over the wicket to bowl to Henry. She's going to go full. I bet you. Yes, she's full. Henry drive on the bounce. Can't beat mid off, but the ball she stumbled with the stop. Will they come back for 2? Let's see. Yes, they are back for 2. I see drive powerfully to mid off, and mid off came to her left as Atapatu decided to push back the mid off now to long off. We saw in the first match they have her caught at mid off. That strategy was well done. Atapatu bowls to Henry off the back foot. She cuts this away down to the fielder on the cover boundary for a single. The score will go up by 142 for 3. Matthews on 84 comes into strike. Henry's on 5. 76 needed from 115 deliveries. 76 needed from 115 deliveries. Atapatu over the wicket, bowls to the West Indies captain who turned this away, down back with a square leg for a singer. One more to the total, 143 now for 3 at the end of over number 31. 143 for 3 after 31. Matthews is on 85 with her at the crease. Is Chinelle Henry. She is on 5. You know, so So Matthews to take strike now. So we're going to watch now as who is the new Bowler, we're going to check who's the new bowler. Matthews is an 85 from 103 deliveries. So let's watch the field is spread far and wide. There's a short third man, the backward point. Realeanna, 8 wickets in the tournament so far. She comes in, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews drive in the air, down towards cover, on the bounce. It runs away into the boundary for 4. Oh, lovely shot by Hayley Matthews, taking her up to 89. 147 for 3. That was a lovely shot. She got the room. It was not full. It was back of a length. It was into that slot. And Matthews love it there. And she just eased it over the top, over the boundary, down to the boundary for 4. So good shot there by the West Indies captain, Hayley Matthews. So Matthews on 89 now. Henry is on 5. 147 for 3. Gully side, I think you need to refresh your screen. You're probably way behind, you know. Comes in, bowls. After back foot, Matthews hit this in the air, high, down towards the fielder on the deep mid-wicket boundary. The score goes up by 1 to 148 for 3. I think that no that you said is probably either the injury to Stefani Taylor or the dismissal. I'm just assuming, but that gone a long time ago. So if that's where you are, you need to refresh your screen. 148 for 3, Realeanna around the wicket, bowls to Henry, and Henry's forward. Loud appeal, not out, said Jacqueline Williams. It going down the leg side as Henry looks to turn that into the onside. Matthews with a big grin. As we watch now as Realeanna, she's going to come in now to bowl to Henry. She comes in now, bowls to Henry. Henry's worked this to the field at mid-wicket. There is no run. The score remains at 148 for 3. Matthews is on 90. Henry is on 5. She faces up to Realeanna. 1 for 30 from her 6.4 overs. Full delivery. Oh, she wind up there now, but she got it off the inner portion of the bat, and it goes to the field at long on. 149 now for 3. Henry moves up to 6. Matthews is on 90. So the difference between the runs required and the number of balls remaining is 40 in the positive. Or you could say minus 40. Matthews plays this ball back down the offside of the pitch to the bowler to end over number 32. West Indies 149 for 3. Chinelle Henry and 6 will come into strike. It's getting a little more cloudy, but I don't think there's any chance of any rain. And furthermore, West Indies is way ahead on the Duckworth-Lewis chart. So even should the rain comes now, West Indies will still win this match, and so we prevent the 3-0 series win. I notice, I don't know if you notice it, but I have noticed it. I have not seen the West Indies head coach, Shane Deeds. I don't see any communication whether he has been fired, whether he is ill, or what, but I've not seen him at these matches. Atapatu to Chinelle, who drives down to long off for a single. Full delivery, Henry onto the front foot, drives powerfully, as usual. There's no finesse about Henry, you know. It's just beat ball thing. Whatever she is. 90 from 106 deliveries now. The West Indies is 150 for 3. Atapatu over the wicket. Bowls to Hayley Matthews. Back of a length. She swung it down to deep mid-wicket. It goes into the boundary for 4. It was back of a length and she swung it down towards deep mid-wicket for 4. 154 for 3 now. She moves up to 94 and is closing in on yet another 100. So it's back of a length and she swung it away down to deep mid-wicket for 4. 94, 154 for 3. Henry is on 7, but on strike is Matthews, who's on 94. And she turned this down to long on and just jog trot a single, taking the score up now to 155 for 3. So easy going here by the West Indies pair. The foundation was laid by Taylor and Matthews, who had it 100 and how many they had it. I will tell you how many 100 and how many they added. Short third man, backward point, mid off, backward square leg and a mid wicket. Those are the 5 within the circle. Henry just turned this away down towards short fine leg, the backward square leg. She had to move to her right. She picks up, sends the return into the keeper. One more to the total, 156 for 3. Henry and 8. Matthews and 95. She's 1 hit away. Will she bring this up with a 6? Let's see now as Atapatu comes in, bowls to her. She just worked this into the onside. It goes down towards that fielder coming off the backward square leg boundary. As she has to move to her left and she has to comes in. And so every single delivery out of this Atapatu over had been scored off. Henry is on 18, 157 for 3, the West Indies. 61 needed from 103 deliveries. Atapatu, none for 17 from her 2.5. Henry's on strike. Atapatu's over the wicket. She comes in, bowls to Henry. Henry off the back foot. It's slowed up. She can't beat the dive of the fielder at extra cover. They will get a run though. She moves up to 9. West Indies move up to 158 for 3 at the end of 33 overs. Henry will keep the strike. So that was off the back of a length. Yeah, I'm getting rather hot. Need to take off a shirt, but I think after this over, it will be the drinks break, so I will have time to do that without disrupting the commentary. I really appreciate everyone who is watching. Those of you who are at work and cannot really watch the cricket but are tuning into the commentary, and those of you, my visually impaired friends who have always tuned in for the commentary, and those of you who are just watching the watch along because you prefer my commentary than the one that you're getting on YouTube. So I appreciate everyone who is here, and I appreciate the 1 and 2% of you who are here waiting for me to make a mistake or say something. I appreciate you too. You all add to the viewers. So one love, big up yourself, much respect to everyone. So Henry worked that away down to back with a square leg for a singer. And the score goes up by 1 to 159 for 3. Matthews is on 96. Comes into strike. Will she bring up her 100 with a boundary? 59 runs needed from 101 delivery. From the moment Matthews walked to the crease today, you saw that she meant business. She wasn't going to take a whitewash. She taps away at the crease. Realeanna, the leading wicket taker in the tournament, bowls to Matthews, who turned this away down to deep mid-wicket. They'll run 1. We'll wait and see if they come back for 2. No, the return is underarm. She's taking it easy. She moves up to 97. Henry is on 10, comes into strike. West Indies 160 for 3. Realeanna, the leading wicket taker in the tournament thus far with 8 wickets. In this match, she has bowled 7.2 overs, 1 for 33 round the wicket. Bowls to Henry, who drives. Can't beat backward point. The score stays on 160 for 3. Henry keeps the strike. She remains on 10. 58 runs needed from 99 deliveries. Realeanna, there's a slip in play. She bowls to Henry with it in the air on the bounce to mid-off. Wow, that traveled in the air on the bounce to mid-off, you know. Wow. 160 for 3. She's on 10 from 12 deliveries. Realeanna looking for her second wicket on her 9th of the series. She's round the wicket, bowls to Henry, who plays this away down to long on. She just whipped it away down to long on. Right foot was out of the crease. Bowlers love to see that. Yes, when the right foot lift out of the crease, bowlers love to see that. They'll just fire it down there and ask the keeper to do the rest. This time, Henry collects a singer. She moves up to 11. Matthews comes into strike. She's at 97 as Realeanna comes round the wicket, bowls to Matthews. Deep in her crease, she's doing it by singers. She worked this down to cow corner. The fielder at long on has work to do, but they stay on one. That's Atapatu. Matthews moves up to 98. End of over number 34. Matthews will keep the strike. I think this is a drinks break. I think this should be the drinks break. Just checking. Yes, the batsmen are taking off their gloves and they are walking away from the strip. And yes, that's the wider screen, and they are coming out now with the drinks break. So at the drinks break, West Indies need a further 56 runs to win. They are chasing 118 to win the match, and they are 162 for 3 with the captain, Hayley Matthews. She's at the crease. She's on 98 not out. Chinelle Henry, she's on 11 not out. West Indies after 32 overs, 162 for 3. I'll be back with you very shortly after the drinks break. So welcome back. We have resumed. And to tell you that Matthews is on 99 and Chinelle Henry is on 11. And it's Atapatu who is going to bowl to Chinelle Henry. She's round the wicket, balls to Henry, full toss, but Henry hit across the line and the ball goes down to long on for a single, which most West Indian fans are happy about because they will see now Matthews is on 99. So you can clip this. From the moment that Matthews come to the crease today, you could see that she was not going to take a serious whitewash. Here is her counterpart from Sri Lanka, bowls to her. She works this away down to fine leg. There's an appeal, but they go through for the single, and that's her 100. Oh, the umpire spoiled it. Is leg by. Ho, 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 ho. 165 for 3. She remains on 99. It was leg by. The umpire signal leg by. Short third man, backward point, cover. There's also a backward square leg right beside the umpire and a mid wicket. Those are the 5 that we are seeing inside the circle. There should be a long off and a long on. Atapatu comes in, bowls to Henry. Henry plays this away to the short third man. There's no run. The score remains at 165 for 3. So 99 to Matthews, but she has to wait a little while. Henry is on 12. She's itching to hit the ball out of the ground. She's big and powerful and strong as Atapatu round the wicket, bowls to her, and she drives off the up to the fielder at backward point again. There is no run. So there's a short third man, there's a backward point, there's a cover, there's an extra cover and a long off in place for Chinelle Henry. Then there's a long on, there's a mid wicket, round the wicket, bowls to Henry, and Henry covers up in defense. She blocks it. It goes back to the bowler. Matthews will get the strike now. End of over number 35. It's 165 for 3. West Indies needing a further 753 runs to win from 90 deliveries. That gap has come down to 37, but not to worry. We are well and truly in charge of this run chase. We have batters to come like Deandra Dottin, Jannillea Glasgow, Aaliyah Alleyne, Muma, Ramharack, Ashmini Munisar. Those are the batsmen left to come. Some of them are one ball, but nonetheless, they are still left to come. So we have a long off, a deep cover, extra cover, a deep mid-wicket. So Realeanna, the most successful bowler in the tournament thus far. She comes in the left arm orthodox spin around the wicket, bowls to the West Indies captain who tap it into the offside and there is no run. Please clip this, clip this. This one, Matthews was just fixing her gloves. She's about to second. So clip this. Yes, clip it. Realeanna now, the left arm orthodox spinner. 8 wickets in the series so far. Bowls to the West Indies captain who's deep in her crease and she works it to mid-wicket and there is no run. Oh, they're keeping her on the nervous 99. Realeanna gets back the ball now. She pull at her hair. She rubs her hand on her funnel. She tweaked the ball in her hand. The left arm orthodox spinner with 8 wickets in the series. Bowl to the West Indies captain who plays it out into the onside. They go through for a quick single. The fielder cannot stop it. Oh, they didn't run. Oh, these cameraman, you see these cameraman, man. So, Matthews on 99. Here is Realeanna now. She comes into Matthews. Surely this time, deep in her crease, cannot beat mid-wicket again. Is this a real nervous 90s for Matthews? She's on the verge. So now, yes. Yeah, man, clip it, clip it. She's on the verge of her 10th test century. As Realeanna comes in round the wicket, bowls to the West Indies captain who drives through the offside, down towards long off. That's her 100. From the moment she came to the crease today, you saw that she meant business. She took off her helmet. She raised the bat above her head. There's a wry smile on her face. We have still not yet seen Shane Diaz. Hayley Matthews, her 10th one-day international 100 for the West Indies, along with 8 half-centuries. What a player she is. Hayley Matthews, another century for her. With her at the crease is Chinelle Henry. West Indies 166 for 3 after 35.5. 166 for 3 after 35.5, and she's on her way to steering West Indies to victory here. Realeanna comes in now, bowls to Chinelle Henry down the leg side, wide signal by the best umpire in the West Indies, Jacqueline Williams. The score goes up by 1 to 167 for 3. We're going to watch Realeanna now, the left-arm orthodox spinner, who has gotten 8 wickets in the tournament thus far. She comes in and she bowls to Chinelle Henry, and Henry drives down to long off for a single. She will keep the strike. She moves up to 13. Matthews on 100 can just relax some more and just absorb the 100. End of 36. 168 for 3. 50 needed from 84 deliveries. Henry on 13. Matthews on exactly 100. Yes, Gully side, nice 100. Bigger up, you know. I'm surprised. Over 115 persons watching, and no, except for you, you don't even say congratulations either, Gully side. You just say nice 100. How can the West Indies captain make 115 persons watching, and they don't, and nobody said congratulations? I can understand you are probably working and so on. I can understand most of you're probably driving, you're probably working, you know, so I can understand. But well played, Hayley Matthews. She's on 100, flat 100. Yes, 3,200 runs, average 34.41. She's, as Henry eases this down to long on, one more to the total. Henry now is on 14. Hayley Matthews is on 100. West Indies need 49 to win. 3,200 runs, average 34.41. Yes, so that average is climbing all the time. So good for her. Best of 141. That average is climbing all the time. So it's good to see her average climbing. High in the air, down towards deep mid wicket. Oh, she gave it. Oh. She really came for the 100, and she got the 100 and decided to express herself and picked out deep mid wicket, and she's gone. Deep in her crease, trying to hit it over deep mid wicket, and she picked her out, and Matthews is gone. The catch is taken. Exactly 100 she made. Wow. Samarika Rama taking the catch. 13 fours, 1-6, and she walks off the crease. And Deandra Dottin comes to the crease. The Sri Lankans will still feel that they are in this. As okay. Oh, thank you, Banana Brooks. I missed your comment. Did you? And King Demand saying, well done, Matthews. Yes. Banana Brooks. I said that I missed his comment. Check back Banana Brooks. Check back Banana Brooks. You know, I don't see your comment there. Honestly, I don't see. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. Joseph Isaacs is saying, well done, Matthews. So Matthews gone for exactly 100. So here is down the leg side, swept away. Did she get bat onto that? I hope not. Because if she get bats onto it, it is 4. But if she don't get any bat onto it, it's 5. So I hope she didn't make contact. Well, she didn't get bat onto it, and it's 5 wide. 174 for 4 West Indies. As that was fired down the leg side, as she looks to sweep, misses. Wide signal says 5 runs to the total. 174 for 4. 44 runs needed now. Atapatu comes into Dottin, and Dottin plays this away. She's off the mark. It goes down wide of long off. Will they run 2 or will they stay on 1? No, they stay on 1. 3 to come in this over. 175. Just picked out the field on the deep mid wicket. She didn't have to move. She took the catch. Sama Wikarama, who top score for Sri Lanka when they batted. So Henry is on 14. Dottin is on 1. You know, Yes, Banana Brooks, I don't see that comment that you said that I missed. The last comment I think I saw for you was when you gave the score. Uh, unless there are some other comments. No, the comments are not. There are not a lot of comments, and that is clearly on the screen. So that's the last one there. So I don't miss it, Banana. I apologize, Banana Brooks, but I don't miss it. I don't know. I don't miss comments from club members. Hatapatu comes into Dottin deep in her crease, covers up, played it back down the outside of the pitch to the ball outfield, and there is no run. The Sri Lankans will think that they have a chance here now with Matthews gone, but they will also have to worry about Dottin, Henry, Glasgow, Alleyne, and even Muma, because we saw that Muma can play around a little. Well, Ramharack, no. Ashmini Munisar, oh boy. It's interesting, and this is just fun. I'm not well, I can compare them because this is not for their bowling, which they are in the team for. They are in their team for the bowling, so I can always compare them. I would, who is the better batsman, Munisar or Ramharack? Which one of them can you think can face 10 deliveries? That would be very interesting. As that one is played away again down to wide long off by Henry. We'll see if they'll come back for two. No, they stay on one. One more to the score. It's now 177 for 4. The score is 177 for 4. So 177 for 4. As Dottin and 1 comes into strike, Chinelle Henry and 16. This is her highest score of the tournament, of the series thus far, Chinelle Henry. And she's batting with a little more responsibility today. The important thing is that these two see through 23 and 18. 23 and 18 is 41. 41 more needed after 12.5 overs, 12 sixes, 72 and 5, 77. Oh boy. Oh boy. The reason why I said, oh boy, it is right there in front of me now. 41 runs needed from 77 deliveries. And I'm there stressing out myself. 177 for 4. 41 needed from 76 now. Dottin is on 1. She's on strike as Reina Rira in her final over. Round the wicket, the left arm orthodox spinner, and the West Indies batswoman just covers up and played it back down the outside of the pitch. I need to check something for me. I don't know if Michael Douglas is still here, but there was a time a few years ago, Dottin was the record holder for the fastest 100 in one-day international cricket. As is she still is, or has somebody surpassed it? I will check after that's something that I'll check after the stream. But if someone in the live chat, which to check. That in deep in her crease, wrote this to me down, and there's no run. The score remains at 177 for 4. So Reina Weira, final delivery of this series. She have gotten 8 wickets thus far from her 29.5 overs. Comes in now, bowls, and that in. Oh, dropped that slip. Ha ha. She's dropped that slip. So it could have been wicket number 9 for Reina Weira. It's dropped that slip as she came forward and drive edge, dropped that slip. End of the over though. At the end of 38, West Indies 177 for 4, 41 needed from 72. So we see Sweet Mango saying, thank you, Sweet Mango. Appreciate it very much. And she's saying, congratulations to Hayley Matthews. Yes. Depending on the others to completely win. Well, it's a lower order that has really been standing up and batting for the West Indies while we are going so close, So um, we went very close in 2 matches, and it's thanks to players like Jannillea, Glasgow, Fletcher, and well, Stefani Taylor making a good score in the first match. But it's really the lower order that has been squeezing out the runs from the West Indies. So if they just bat similar like they have been batting, West Indies will win. Yeah, congratulations. That is Shunelle Boo. Yes, man, big up. Simple, the best woman cricketer in the world, said Shunelle Boo. All right, thank you for that. Thank you for expressing your opinion. I never have any, I don't have any so persons expressing their opinions. Whether I agree with your opinion or not, I don't have any issue because it's your opinion, Even if my differ, is still your opinion. No, you would have to join us tomorrow morning for that, sweet mango. This is a woman match, so we are not going to touch. We're not touching the men. We don't touch the men match. Yes, the World Cup coming up tomorrow morning. There will be a live watch along. I don't mind saying that, but overall, this is a women game, and when the men game is going on, we do not talk about the women game. So we should give the women their credit. So I'm not going down the path of the men game today. Join me 4:25 tomorrow morning, and then you can ask that question. You should become a member though of the Cricket Forum clubs, because this platform runs because supporters believe in independent cricket coverage. If you value what we are building, join our club on Patreon. The link is in the video description, or you can go to patreon.com/the Cricket Forum. So tomorrow morning, we will be streaming, we will be doing a live watch along as usual. And so join the conversation by becoming a part of the Cricket Forum Club on Patreon. So Vianga whipped through a over while I was talking. I can tell you that 2 runs came from the over, 1 to Dottin and 1 to Henry. So the score is on 17. Dottin is on 2, Henry is on 17. It's 179 for 4 after 39 overs. So 11 overs to get 39 runs. We'll get there quite easily. We'll win this one and we'll prevent the whitewash, the series whitewash. As we'll definitely prevent the series whitewash. I have no doubt that we will prevent it. 174 for 4. What is going on here? So Kandika comes in, bowls to Henry, and Henry hit this hard down to long off for a single. She moves up to 18. It's 180 for 4. So that's Sikandika comes in and she bowls to Henry and she hits it hard down the ground for 4. For a single. The score goes up to 180 for 4. So Henry seconds now as she comes in now. So Kandika outside the half stumps and she leaves it. So let me give you an update. I don't what is happening on the screen here. Dottin is on 3. Henry is on strike. She's on 17. So Kandika is the bowler, the left arm orthodox spinner. And Henry hit this down to long off. And they go through for a single, taking her up to 18. Dottin is on 3. 181 for 4. So Kandika comes in, bowls back off a length. Dottin swings. But she mistime it as it goes down wide of long on. Atapatu just picked up and casually underarm it back to the bowler. Nonetheless, West Indies get 1 more run. Dottin add 1 to her score, and the score goes up to 182 for 4. Henry on 18 comes in to strike. I'm just here waiting. I just want Henry to explode, man. She's on the front foot. She drives to the left of long off, who made good ground to her left, picks up, sends the return in. One more to the score. West Indies clearly doing this in singles today. 183 for 4, 35 needed from 61 balls. Dottin and 4 comes into strike. There's a slip in place. Sukandika comes in, bowls to Dottin, who comes forward, then rock backs, then bang it away through the offside. It never came right out of the screw, but they'll come back for 2. She moves up now to 6. End of over number 40. It's 185 for 4 with Dottin on 6. Henry, who will be on strike at the start of the 41st over, she's on 19. West Indies 185 for 4, needing 33 runs to win off 60 deliveries. I understand, Sweet Mango, and I thank you much for that, and I appreciate that. But you know, we try to stick to certain principles, and I know that you'd appreciate that, eh? Yeah, we don't want to give the men credits. We don't want to talk about the men when we are in doing our men game. Well, tomorrow, well, I can't. Vianga comes into the attack. Henry stands up straight, and she hit it with a straight back down to long off for a single. One more to the total. 186 for 4. 186 for 4. So the cover comes up for Dottin. So short third man backward point, cover, and an extra cover long off. That's the 5 on the offside for Dottin. So short third man backward point, cover, extra cover, and a long off. The 5 on the offside for Dottin. 186 for 4. There's also a straight mid-on as Atapatu comes into Dottin, and she came forward and played a test match forward defensive stroke back down the middle of the pitch to the bowler, who just has to step to her right and collect it just in front of the umpire. 136 for 4. Schoolboy cricket going on today as Vianga comes into Dottin, and she swept this away down towards deep backward square leg. The fielder comes around and they stay on 1. The score goes up to 187 for 4. Dottin is on 7. Henry is on 20. 40.4 overs have been bowled. This is Vianga 6th over. None for 33. She has been expensive today. The chubby right arm spinner comes in, bowls to Henry, and then replays back that to the bowler. It traveling the hair a bit, but then it fell well short of her, and you can see the smile on Henry's face. That's her personality. She's always laughing. Good personality. I love those type of personality. Vianga to her. She drives down wide of long off. The fielder made good ground again, sends the return in. 1 more to the total. End of 41. Henry 21. Dottin 7. West Indies 188 for 4. Henry will keep the strike. So, power of my poetry saying good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you too. West Indies looking like they're going to win. Yes, I think so too. I think West Indies will definitely win this one. And as Gully Side said, we have this one. Thanks. Yes, definitely. Definitely true. Much appreciated, Sweet Mango. One love, man. Respect every time. Good. I appreciate that, man. Respect. So Henry to face strike. Similar feel, except that you have the sweeper on the boundary. You have a long off on the boundary too. Anything she plays through the offside straight, she will get a single, but she chooses to cut and picked out the fielder at cover point. Just back of a lens. Sugandika is I think they're playing about 2 left-arm orthodox spinner or 3. 3? How many overs of pace we see in this match? So there's some adjustment to the field as so they're bringing the extra cover now. So backward point cover, extra cover, and the long off. So Kandeka comes into Henry, and Henry drives down to that field, that long off for another run. She picks up cleanly. She sends the return in. The score goes up by 189 now for 4, 29 needed. And we're not worried. 29 needed. Dottin is on 7. So let's watch now as Sukandika comes into Dottin high in the air. Has she got enough? They have brought in the rope. Hope she got enough. Oh, the fielder took the catch. Did she pull it back or did it go over the rope? That was Atapatu. They're going to check it. It looks like 6. She's very annoyed with herself. She thought that she should have caught that. You know, I'm glad it went for, is it 6? We'll check. They don't have that yet decided. But I'm glad, you know, I'm glad for the runs. I'm happy for the runs, but I always think that these boundaries are too closely in. You know, it went back. Still don't see where that ball dropped, if it is inside or, you know, because I think, you know, we are waiting to see. But I am not one for this boundary so close in. I'm glad for the runs as a West Indies supporter. I'm glad for the runs to catch it. 6. It's 6. That's clear now. So 6 runs to Deandra Dottin. West Indies need 23 runs to win. You don't need to double check that. That's 6. It dropped flush on the cushion. It not even dropped close to the ground. It's flush on the cushion. So that will take the score up now to 195. So they are checking it and they don't need to check it anymore. It's 195. Yeah, but look at the amount of space behind there. Push back the rope, man. Push back the rope. This boundary is too. Well, you can see there that they pushed it back for this third match because what it still needed was to go back some more. Glad for the runs, but I'm not happy with the boundary in so far. You see how far that boundary in? There's no need for that, man. No need for that. No, absolutely no need for that. Because, and again, why do you do this? And when we go to big grounds like Australia and New Zealand and so to play, and England in the World Cup coming up, the grounds won't be so small. So I can't understand the rationale why people do some things. I don't know. It's like you're not preparing for the World Cup. Eh? It's like you're not preparing for the World Cup. Anyway, so Kandika comes in, bowls the Dottin off the back foot. She slapped it to extra cover and there is no run. I am happy for the 6, but what I want to see, I think if we are preparing for the World Cup, because the ground in England will be bigger. We don't need to make our ground so small when we can push them back to be bigger. You know, the World Cup coming up in June in England, the grounds will be bigger. So why are you carrying the rope so far? I can't understand that. I will never understand that. So schoolgirl basketball is going on today along with schoolboy cricket. The basketball final kicks off, I think, next week, Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday, will be the basketball finals, the best of 3. Who are in the basketball finals? Don't know. I don't know who's. So the male basketball finals will start next week. Today, I think it's 4 cricket matches going on in schoolboy cricket today. Yesterday, there were some matches. There were a win for. Who win yesterday? What that school name? In St. Mary, the school in St. Mary won yesterday. Stets won yesterday. Cornwall won. Cornwall College won. The school in St. Mary won. The name not coming to me right now, but you know the school in St. Mary. They won yesterday. Cornwall College won. Stets won. Manchester won. Veer won. So those were some of the winners yesterday. As that one is driven down the ground. What's the school that Raymond Price coach name again? The school that wear the red when they're playing T20 from St. Mary. They're always doing good. They beat Ochirais yesterday. See, I remember that they beat Ochirais and I don't remember the name. You see how these things goes. Bakafalen pulled away by Chinelle Henry, gone. So the first shot that Chinelle Henry connects, and it bunks away for 4. So 201, the West Indies 200 is up. Chinelle Henry is on 26. Dottin is on 15. Mr. Casanova, one is not here. I think he used to go to that school now. The school near up by Tree Hill in St. Mary. What's their name, man? I don't know how I missed the name. They have been doing well in schoolboy cricket in recent years. Coached by Price, Sheldon Price, not Raymond Price. Sheldon Price is a journalist, I think, or is he the politician? Sheldon Price. They are coached by Sheldon Price. One more to the Tacky High School. Yes, Tacky High School is it. They won yesterday. So I know that they won. I know that Cornwall College won yesterday. I know that Cornwall College won yesterday. I know that Veer Technical won yesterday. Manchester won yesterday. Oh, those are the ones that come into my mind now. But you know, in another week or 2 time, we'll be in the quarterfinals of those tournaments. You know, we'll be down to the last 8 in those tournaments, and so you know, hopefully that we can arrive at an agreement with ISA so that we can start live streaming those matches. You know, the negotiation is ongoing with ISA. It's not for me to provide any detail more than to say the negotiation is ongoing, and we will well be, if everything is finalized, you'll be getting a dose of schoolboy cricket in Jamaica, and that would be good for persons to see what in schoolboy cricket, especially when it reaches a quarterfinal stage, when you know it's the best 8 rural high school left in it and the best 8 urban high school left in it, and you know, and so the cricket becomes tens. The cricket now becomes 2-day cricket. Now it's 1 day, not limited overs, but it's 1 day. But then when it reaches a quarterfinal stage, it becomes 2-day match. Still 1 innings, but 2 day. 2 days, because the teams are better and you don't really want to force a team to declare and so on. So you want them to bat. You want them to bat as, you know, and get the runs. It's 204 for 4 after 43 overs here. 7 overs to go, 42 deliveries, 14 needed. So both batsmen at the crease are on their highest total for the series thus far. And you know, the fact that they are on their highest total for the series is no surprise that West Indies is on their way to win. So Hayley Matthews make 100, and then Dottin and Henry is making their highest total of the series. And if those 3 are making contributions, then along with Stefani Taylor, Jannillea, Glasgow, and so on, we are going to win more matches. Shemaine, Campbelle, and we need an innings from Qiana Joseph now. Well, the T20 is coming up. Her game is more suited to that. This Yorker from Sukandika is dogged out by Henry. This is her 8th over, none for 35 today. 7.3 bowl, 204 for 4. 14 runs needed. Henry Seckers as Sukandika, the left arm orthodox spinner, comes in bowl to her. She looked to turn that into the onside. Taken on the pad. It's good to see. And, you know, it's good to see that she makes no effort to give the keeper the ball. That's good. That's how the cricket should play. Leave it. Leave the ball alone. The ball belongs to the fielder, except when the loud appeal, let's see, no, not out, going down the leg side. And the score remains at 204 without loss. The ball belongs to the fielding team, except when the batsman when the batter is trying to strike the ball. That's it. Yeah. And if the batter strike the ball twice, they can be giving out it ball twice. So the rule is very clear. 204 for 4. The ball belongs to the fielding team, except when the batter is attempting to strike the ball. And if the batter strike the ball twice, then he can be given out for hitting the ball twice. Yes, so the rule is quite clear. And I love it. No ambiguity, no ambiguity. As simple as that. You don't need to help the fielder. You can imagine how much things that are going on if the fielder was allowed, if the batsman was allowed to touch the ball and all of those things. You can imagine how they would disrupt fielding and all sort of hanky-panky. So the rule is just straightforward. The ball belongs to the fielder, except when the batsman is trying to strike the delivery. It's as simple as that. So Malky, the spinners are done. She comes back into the attack. Ball to Dottin. Dottin work this to mid-wicket. They got a singer. 205 for 4. So as a Yorker, she work it to mid-wicket. 205 for 4. Dottin moves up to 17. Henry is on 28. She comes into strike. 13 needed now from 35 deliveries. Gully side said, good point. Was what I just said. Well, it's the law, you know, or it was something earlier. It seems like that was something earlier. Malky comes into Henry, slower delivery, which she slapped to the right of extra cover, and mid-off comes around and field, and the score goes up by 1 to 206 for 4. So although extra cover was coming across, she couldn't get there, and the batswoman ran through for a single. Mid-off has to move to her left, she field, and the score goes up by 1. 206 for 4. Malky over the wicket, bowls to Dottin outside the half stump, wide signal. The score goes up by 1 more, 207 for 4. West Indies now on the verge of a victory. They're first of the series, only needing 11 now to win. 207 for 4, needing 11 more to win. Should win this quite comfortable. It's seconds now, Dottin seconds. As Malky, the right arm seamer, bowls to Dottin, and Dottin hit it over her head down to the boundary for 4. She pitched up into the slot, and Dottin carves it away over long off for 4. 2 bunks into the boundary. She moves up to 21 from 24 deliveries. Henry's on 29 from 44 deliveries. 7 needed now. West Indies 211 for 4. She bowled a slap delivery, Dottin into the drive, and hit it down the ground for 4. So West Indies preventing the whitewash, but Sri Lanka will still claim the series 2-1. I'm happy that they prevented the whitewash. You don't want to get in whitewash in series on your home ground. Dottin back of a length, she pulls it down to long on. 1 more to the total. 6 needed for victory now. Will Chinelle? Oh, come on, Chinelle Henry. End this with 1 shot, please. Give us something to laugh about. End this with 1 shot. 2 for 31 from Malky in her 6th over. So she turns now. She's running from just the edge of the 30-yard circle. So clearly, she has a very long run up. Full toss whipped away by Henry. They run hard for the first one. They feel that backward square leg. Stop the second, though. Good work. The return comes in. Good stop by the wicket keeper, who did not judge it correctly. She never backed off, or she never went forward. She stand at the crease. She should have gone forward, or she should have backed off. Anyway, she got her body in the line and stopped it. So at the start of the series, if you had told Sri Lanka they were going to win 2-1, they would have taken it. They all want to win 3-0. Anyway, comes in, bowls to Dottin. Dottin looks to hit this ball over the top, taken on the pad. She was going to kick the ball just now, but she pulled out of it, and the keeper is laughing at her. That's nice. That's nice. That's good banter. Dottin was about to kick the ball. The keeper ran up, and Dottin pulled out of the kick, and the keeper laughed. Yeah, because you remember Sunday, you know, the umpire had ruled that she was not out, and the keeper said, no, we appeal for obstruction. And the umpire said, oh, it's obstruction on your way, Dottin. Never have a problem with the decision. I love those decisions. I don't the fielder must have touched the ball, man. I hate it when I see fielder taking up the ball and giving it to the field. Batsmen and batswomen picking up the ball and giving it to the field inside. No, I hate it, man. The ball belongs to the fielder, except when the batter is trying to strike it, is attempting to strike it. Sugar Candy bowls to Henry, who cannot beat extra cover full toss. Oh, Henry, man, if you hit that to 6, what's wrong with you, Henry? We see you hit those for 6 in the double PL this year. She had an outstanding double PL, Chinelle Henry, with both bat and ball. Even the final, she produced the goods. She just eased this down to long off for a single, moves up to 31. The score goes up to 214 for 4. Over to you, Dottin. One shot now. One shot out of the ground, Dottin, and ends this. So the fat lady already sang. West Indies have won this match. Here is Sugar Candy, comes in, bowls to Dottin, and she winds up and she hit it in the ground, high, down towards deep mid-wicket. It dropped on the bunks. They only get a singer. Never saw the ball. I lost the ball in the sun. I don't know. Don't know if those of you who are watching saw it, but here's now Henry. She faces up to Sugar Candy, bowls, and she's forward. She plays it down to extra cover and goes through for a quick singer. The fielder came across, but she didn't shy at the stump. Must be now, Dottin. Must be now. Must be. Must be. Must be now, Dottin. This must be it, man. End it with a 6. You tried a while ago, but now you're going to connect and end it with a 6, I'm sure. Here is Sugar Candy, bowls to Dottin. She gave herself room and she can't beat backward point. The score stays at 216 for 6. Oh, Dottin. She looking for this, She really looking for this. Here is Sukandika. Sukandika comes in round the wicket, bowls to Dottin. She gave herself room, hit it down the ground. It's going to out toward the boundary. No, just a single. The score I levered. So the score I levered. So Dottin is going to hit the winning run here now. I hope she goes for a 6. End of over number 46. West Indies 217 for 4. At the end of over number 46. So I can remind you to join us tomorrow morning. Please join us tomorrow morning for the live watch along of West Indies versus South Africa, that all important T20 World Cup match. The winner will definitely go through to the semi-final. So remind you that the live watch along tomorrow features supporters only chat. To participate, join our Patreon community. The link is in the video description. You see it there on the screen. You can type it in, go to patreon.com/the Cricket Forum. So the live watch along will feature only supporter only chat. To participate, join our Patreon community. Malky comes into Dottin down the leg side, wide signal. Oh, I think she did that deliberately. Now there's a broad grin on Chinelle Henry face. So congratulations to the West Indies. 1 for winning the match, 2 for preventing the series whitewash. And we appreciate all of you who have joined us for this watch along as West Indies won the series. And please remember, to join us tomorrow morning at 4:25 for that key important World Cup match between the West Indies and South Africa from Ahmedabad in India. And as I said, the live watch along will feature supporter only chat. To participate, join us on Patreon and to participate there. So please join us tomorrow. So big respect to all our Patreon supporters. Big respect to everyone that was here today. We appreciate you much. Good afternoon. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Have a wonderful afternoon now. Congratulations to the West Indies team. See you tomorrow morning at 4:25.